Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to jump right into the fascinating and, let's be honest, sometimes confusing world of economics. So let's get started. Okay, let me ask you something I'm pretty sure we've all felt. You know that feeling, right? You're browsing online or maybe you're in a store and you see like 10 different things you'd love to have. That new phone, that awesome video game, maybe a trip you've been dreaming about. But then that moment of truth, you check your wallet or your bank account and, oof, reality check. Sound familiar? Well, believe it or not, that super personal, everyday feeling of not having enough for everything you want, that isn't just your problem. It's the problem. In fact, it's the secret key that unlocks the entire field of economics. Everything else is built right on top of that one simple idea. All right, so this universal problem has a name, and it all boils down to one incredibly powerful fundamental concept: scarcity. So, what is scarcity? Well, put simply, it's this basic mismatch. We humans have pretty much infinite wants, but the resources to get what we want, our time, our money, the raw materials to make stuff, all of that is limited. And this is not some temporary problem. It's just a basic fact of life. There's never going to be enough of everything to give everyone all they could ever want for free. And that is where economics comes in. At its very heart, economics is the science of choice. It's the study of how all of us, you, me, big companies, whole countries, are forced to make decisions precisely because we can't have it all. Every choice means giving something else up. And that's what economists are really trying to understand. Now, to study these countless choices, economists have two different ways of looking at the world. It's like they have two different lenses they can use to see both the small details and the huge overarching picture. So, just imagine the whole economy is this gigantic forest. One way you could try to understand it is by walking right up to the individual trees. Looking at each person, each family, or each company one by one. Or you could climb up a mountain and look down on the whole thing at once. See the entire forest. See its overall health, its big patterns, and how it's dealing with major changes like a big storm or a change in seasons. And this perfectly captures the two main branches of economics. On one side, you've got microeconomics. That's studying the trees. It zooms way in on the choices made by individuals and businesses. Stuff like, why is my coffee suddenly more expensive, or should I take this job offer? That's all micro. Then on the other side, you have macroeconomics. That's the view of the forest. It zooms out to look at the economy as a whole, tackling huge topics like inflation, unemployment, and economic growth for an entire nation. And you absolutely need both, right? Because you can't really understand the health of the whole forest if you don't know what's happening with the individual trees. So, how do economists actually get their work done? How do they even begin to analyze these enormous, complicated systems without just getting totally lost? Well, they have a special toolkit for thinking about it all. I mean, seriously, think about it for a second. The global economy has billions of people making trillions of choices every single day. It's messy, it's complicated, it's kind of chaotic. So how does anyone make any sense of it? Well, they do it by making things simpler. The process is pretty cool, actually. First, an economist will see some kind of puzzle out in the real world, like, hey, why are prices for houses going crazy? Then they develop a theory, basically a good story to explain what might be happening. But here's the crucial last step. They build a simplified model, a super streamlined version of reality, just to test if their theory actually makes any sense. The best way to think about these theories and models is to think of them like maps. A subway map isn't a perfect-to-scale drawing of a city, right? It leaves out almost all the streets. But that's exactly what makes it so useful. A good economic model isn't great because of what it includes. It's great because of what it intentionally leaves out, so we can see one specific relationship more clearly. Okay, so we know what economics is, and we know how economists think. But now let's scale way up. How does an entire society get itself organized to deal with that fundamental problem of scarcity? And here's what's so wild. It doesn't matter if you're talking about an ancient tribe or a futuristic megacity. Every single society in history has had to figure out how to answer the exact same three basic questions. And here they are. First, what are we going to make with all our limited stuff? More hospitals or more sports stadiums? Second, how are we going to make it? Are we going to use a ton of automation and robots, or are we going to create jobs for lots of people? And third, and this is a big one, for whom are we making all this stuff? Who gets to enjoy the goods and services? Is it divided up equally, or does it go to whoever can pay the most? And right there, the specific way a society chooses to answer those three questions, that is what defines its economic system. It's the blueprint a society follows to manage scarcity, whether you're talking about ancient Rome or the world we live in today. So here's the main takeaway. Economics isn't just about money in the stock market. It's really a powerful new way of seeing the world. It's like putting on a special pair of glasses that lets you see the hidden patterns and choices that shape everything, from the price of your morning coffee to the biggest global headlines. And that pretty much wraps up our quick intro. But now that you have the basic tools, scarcity, choice, micro and macro, the real fun begins. So as you go about your day today, I want you to ask yourself this. What's one choice you're going to make? And what are the invisible economic forces pushing you one way or the other? Stay curious.